Hey friends, in the last 10 to 11 days, I have had three tweets, posts, whatever they're called nowadays, that have gone semi viral. Okay? Now, to add a bit of context here, virality, the level that is required, I think, to be called viral, depends on the circle that you're in. For instance, I don't know, I'm not in the beauty or fashion Twitter, but I imagine 100k there could be 20k in the tech Twitter, right? So we don't really know. Anyway, I made three posts, and I think there was a level of intent behind these posts, so I wanted to share them. They're three completely different posts in a way, so we can analyze and have a look and see if you can recreate it maybe. Before we start though, shout out to today's sponsor, Cal.com. Kidding. For legal reasons, I am joking, obviously. Right, let's start. So, first of all, let's have a look at our X analytics between the 2nd of November and today. Now, this is mainly due to three posts and the replies within them posts, which add to the impressions, obviously. So, the first one is this one. Captioned, some of you should consider adding this to your gitignore file. And it's funny because I'm putting a wildcard. Haha, funny. Let's not include anything when we push to git. Caveat, that wouldn't actually work, but it's funny. So I posted this apparently at 1 a.m. on the 2nd of November, and to date, it's got 97.6 thousand views. Now, like I said previously, I would say that is viral in the tech Twitter, personally. 158 reposts, 19 quotes, 3.6k likes, and 149 bookmarks. When we go forwards, let's remember the quotes. Quote tweets are important, I think, and it's directly correlated to the number of impressions that we've got on the next two posts. Now, let's have a little look at why I think this posted well. I think there's three reasons why it did well. One, I was using ray.so, which you can see here. Ray.so, it makes really clean code snippet screenshots. So that's got one thing that's going for it. It's a clean, nice image. Secondly, the premise itself is somewhat funny. People will react to this in two ways. They'll either say, yeah, my code's terrible, that should work. They'll either say, this won't do anything, or they'll just enjoy it and share it on by reposting it, right? Pretty small one, didn't really do too much. Now let's have a look at number two. Now, this one was posted only 2 days later, right? Share your GitHub contribution chart right now, and there's a screenshot of my contribution chart. 106k views to date, 28 reposts, 29 quotes, 1018 likes, 159 bookmarks. This one did numbers on the comments, and this is the main reason. So if you want to look into like the psychology of this post, I guess there's three main comments that we saw here, right? One was, obviously, if people have a higher number contributions than I posted, subconsciously they're going to want to dunk on me, right? They're going to want to share their chart and be like, look at me, I'm incredible. Secondly, we have like the pick me girl of the developers, right? We're going to get people that will comment their chart, which won't have very high numbers, right? And they're going to post theirs and they're going to comment, well, mine isn't very good, expecting you to come back and say, no, don't worry, it's great. Which I did, because I'm a nice guy, I'm not an idiot. The third one is the people that say, oh, GitHub contributions don't matter. Typically, they're the ones that have no contributions, but they are the ones that are coming in and saying, metrics don't matter, it's a vanity metric, etc., etc. Which, to a degree, it is, right? And some people don't have the luxury of being able to share all their stuff on GitHub, so I get it. But that's why this one did numbers. It was the me telling them to share it now, showing mine, and then the combination of all them 3 types of people that came. So this one did pretty good. Now, the big one. Right here. This one did numbers. And I've done this kind of post before. Didn't do too many numbers. You may have seen the classic, like, let's grab a picture of a random smashed desk and say, oh, I can't believe this, blah, blah, blah. There was a meme going around for a bit, which was like, I spent a week on my SaaS and only got 1 customer. I can't take it anymore. Smashed setup, right? That's not what we're going for here. So I was on LinkedIn, and I'll exclusive inside the mind of this post, right? I was scrolling LinkedIn, and I saw this picture of a destroyed laptop. The caption on that was something to do with IT support, like, you work in IT support and you get this laptop, what do you do? I liked the picture. I thought, this picture has potential. So I didn't even think about it. I just went on to X, I posted it, and Rust, as some might know, has a pretty loyal fan base. I would say the Rust fan base is the easiest to trigger. Now, I'm not saying it was my conscious decision to do that, but I know people like to talk about Rust a lot. So I decided to say, this is the last time that I'm using Rust. And it did numbers. I think within 24 hours, it had done over 110k impressions. And I remember waking up on the second day. Bearing in mind, this was posted on the 8th of November, and it's currently the 11th. So, what's that, Friday? Yeah, I posted it on Friday. Saturday morning, I woke up to, at around 8:30 a.m., I had 100 impressions on that day already. So this post went big. And the comments were a lot. But what I found interesting about this one, people were quote tweeting it and adding their own caption. So it had a lot of potential for that for some reason. But let's look at the analytics. 326k views to date. It's slowed down a lot now. 321 reposts, 119 quotes, 7.2k likes, 429 bookmarks for some reason. I don't know why they bookmarked it. That's a lot of people that said they were going to come back later and enjoy it at a later date, which is a little bit strange. But yeah, these 3 did numbers. I can't accurately say. In fact, I can accurately say. Let me quickly have a look. So we had 856k impressions, 3.7k profile visits, 489 new followers, 2k replies, 16k likes, 660 reposts, and 132 shares. So shares, they have copied the link and shared it with somebody, right? Pretty big numbers. And you may be thinking, well, Dan, what's the point of these numbers? Well, if you're not aware, people get paid to tweet. It is a real thing. There are certain monetization options which are unlocked at certain levels. One is creator subscriptions, which I think you unlock at 500 followers or something. And there's no other requirements for it. You can then verify your ID and you can gain access to it. However, it takes months. I've seen people even take up to a year to actually gain access, to have people subscribe to them, which then allows them to like post content only for their subscribers. I don't know. Some people like it. I don't know anyone that actually has it. Secondly, and the most importantly, is ad revenue. So the requirements for this are actually pretty difficult, even though I've got a lot of friends that have achieved it relatively easily. But to achieve this, you need the 500 followers, which is, I don't know, I know a lot of people that are under 500, but I wouldn't say it's too difficult. It's easily achievable if you are like a nice person, right? And you add some sort of value to the platform. The big one though, 5 million impressions in 90 days. Now I'm currently at 3 million impressions in the last 90 days. If you do the math, it's between 50 and 55,000 impressions on average every day of those 90 days to hit that. Which is that's a lot, right? Like, I wouldn't say the average poster is going to hit that at all. People manage it though. I'll attach a screenshot here of this bizarre day that I had. Like, I had this day, September the 12th. I did a stream, and I streamed onto X. A terrible quality stream, by the way. It was like 540p. But for some reason, it just went viral. And I had 688k impressions and 2.2k followers. One day. It never happened again. Like, I streamed every day afterwards for like 2 weeks. I never hit like over 1,000 impressions. But that's what it is. So, to circle back and put a pin in this, right? Why am I even saying this? Because you can get paid on Twitter, but you need to have bangers that hit high impressions, so you can hit 5 mil in 3 months, so you can get access to the ad revenue platform, so you can get paid. Now, I've seen people get paid $100. I've seen people get paid thousands of dollars in a pay period. So it fluctuates wildly, but hey, $100 is $100. And if it's $100 to use a platform that I'm already using, win-win.